Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to the studio if it's your first time. My name is Jean-Francois. I'm a French voice actor. I do all kind of voices, but one of my favorites is doing characters for video games. And today I'm going to take you back to Guts and Blackpowder and we're going to do a deep dive into the French callouts I did, or shall I say the French callouts for Guts and Blackpowder. So today on the menu, we're gonna get our hands on the actual script. And then I'll show you my process on how I got to perform. And then we're gonna add a bonus. Now, I've played the game several times with the community, with you guys, and I realized that some of the lines I delivered never made it to the actual game, which is completely normal, it's part of the process. I thought, why not listen to some of these never heard before lines, right? Some of them are pretty nice. And bonus number 2, new lines that I recorded just the other day for an upcoming update. Stick to the end. First of all, I got hired in July 2024, I think, through a casting website. In that case, it was voices.com. I have a package there, a video game voice package. Basically, that's my offer, video game character involved with your story. There's the demo here. Actually, the client was the dev at the time. That review you can see here was his after the French callouts contract. So, you know, very kind of him to leave such a positive review. So this is where I got hired. By the way, if you're looking for talent for your next game, you do not need to go through a casting website. You can reach out directly. My info is in the description below. That will be much better for both of us. Before we jump into the script, I just want to say a big thank you to the head developer of Guts and Blackpowder. We're in touch on Discord and he has granted me permission to reveal some of the script and some of the material of the game, so that is very appreciated, thank you. Here we are, my friends. So this script is 5 pages long. It's divided into sections, like you see, zombie callouts, runner, zombie callout, shambler, zombie callouts, bomber, and then you have the classes. So for instance, you know, zombie callouts runner, there's always an artistic direction attached to it. You have to be shouting, obviously. This is like a zombie apocalypse war game, a life of death situation, so there's a lot of shouts. You can see œil rouge, l'œil rouge approche, je vois un œil rouge. Shambler, you have to be shouting as well, so you have the cannibal, and then the prolonged yell, roughly a second or two. Cannibal! You see? The bomber, you know, gunpowder, tirer sur le baril, so gunpowder became bombardier. Dégagez-vous, il va exploser, you see? All of this is in the game. Oh, do you remember that one? Sapeur. Mais qu'est-ce qu'ils t'ont fait? Achevez-le! And then we have the class callouts. These are for calling out specific classes. For, on a besoin d'une barricade, construisez une fortification, préparez les défenses, you know? Here we have one of my favorites. Je ne me sens pas très bien, mon père. And here is the general. Mettez-vous en rang. Feu! The chaplain, you know, and every time you get this little artistic direction, like for the chaplain must be soft-spoken. Venez mon frère, laisse-moi t'exorciser de ces mots. During a blessing, you see how they always like breaking down in the situations so we know as a voice actor what are we dealing with in the game. When you heal people as a surgeon, you see, there is a stern and commanding tone of voice, which translates into Monsieur, vous êtes blessé, laissez-moi vous soigner. And then in a normal voice, during a healing, ces démons vous ont bien eu, ne bougez pas. And then we have the general callouts for specialized commands, all shouting, aidez-moi, à l'aide, ils arrivent, aidez-nous. And now we're landed on an all-time favorite that I hear a lot and that I see a lot on the chat, and it says the allez, 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 allez-y kind of callouts. They are here. En avant! Move forward, charging, tuez-les, chargez, à l'attaque, give them steel. Okay, so give them steel, lads, in French. I think it was removed because it was considered a bit rough. But I think I said something like faites-leur bouffer du métal, which would translate into like make them eat the steel. But I think that didn't make it to the game. And then we have some screams. Charging screams, burning screams, runner tackles, damage grunts and screams. Vive la France! Vive la patrie! Here they are. And that's it. So now we're gonna see the video I got to do the burning screams. There you go. You know what? Maybe we can do this again. I'm gonna actually dub it right now from the studio. I'm just gonna step away from the mic a little bit. Like that. There you go. And cut. It's getting hot. I'm gonna open the door just a little. Whew, that's better. And finally, I also got the audio file of all the British callouts. You know, the British callouts, we all know they are awesome. So they were a great reference for me to get an idea of the tone. When I performed it, what I did is like I found an background music on YouTube, which was like a zombie apocalypse war thing. And I put it on my earphones and I imagined myself going through all these circumstances. Here we are, the keywords, zombie apocalypse war ambience. So we're gonna play. See? Then load the script. Here. Alright. And then it's all imagination and putting yourself there. And then, of course, I would press record in my software and be like, un rouge! Je vois un œil rouge! Les yeux rouges s'approchent! Cannibal! Cannibal! I'll stop there because the mic isn't set for screaming, so I think the audio speaking it is not super pleasant, but you get the idea of how I did it. Alright, bonus time. We're gonna go into my DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. We're gonna play the footage that I actually deliver, and you're gonna have to guess if what you hear is in the game. We're gonna guess together if it's in the game or if it's not in the game. Okay, so this is the timeline of all the audio. So you see, this is the whole thing, and this is the result of editing and cleaning. Ready? Les yeux rouges s'approchent! We know that one. Les cannibales arrivent! Dégagez-vous! Il va exploser! Il va exploser. Okay, this one, how about this one? Sapeur! Il est cannibale maintenant! Gare à vous! I never heard that one yet, but maybe it's in the game. J'ai besoin d'aide à réparer! Je suis blessé! Ah, je saigne! Okay, we know that one. Il a besoin de soins médicaux! That one too. And then, those are pretty long. I think they didn't make it to the game. À travers le ministère de l'Église, que Dieu te donne pardon et paix, et je t'absous de tous tes péchés. Au nom du Père, du Fils et du Saint-Esprit. Amen. Sorry. Chaplain? That's a chaplain line? Que notre Seigneur Jésus-Christ t'absout, et que par son autorité, je te libère de tout lien d'excommunication et d'interdit, dans la mesure où j'en ai le pouvoir et où vous en avez besoin. Aidez-moi! À l'aide! Ils arrivent! Aidez-nous! Aidez-nous! À l'aide! Oh, that was intense. Il ne me lâche pas! Oh, that's when you get, like, attacked. I actually never heard it. Like, you know, I got attacked by zombies, like, a billion times, but I actually never heard any character saying, like, Il ne me lâche pas! Enlevez-le! Maybe I missed it. You tell me. Enlevez-le! Enlevez-le! That one. En avant! Tuez-les! Chargez! I think all of these ones are in the game. Okay, so that was like, I think the last part of the script, like the grunts and scream and... That's the sound of I think, running and charging, you know? That one I know is in the game. Revenez en arrière! Poussez-vous! Écartez-vous! Fortifiez le pont! Okay, I found a sick man here. Ces voix, elles deviennent plus fortes. Aidez-moi, mon père. Okay, so I know there's a contamination system, like an infection system in the game, I think. That's why there's a chaplain, but I actually never heard people saying these lines in the game. I got blessed by the chaplain, but there's a piece missing, I think. Mettez-vous en rang! Oh! Feu!
Infantry, préparez vos baïonnettes. Préparez-vous à les massacrer.
Every single character I try to be a little bit different so it doesn't all sound samey. What I did for the general is like I would lower my pitch and add some little grunts. And also in terms of posture, I would always speak like, when I would do the general, I would always speak like that and I would be like,
Infantry, préparez vos baïonnettes.
and that posture would help me get into this character. Whereas for infantry, I would be more like something like ready to shoot, and you're like, "Hey, rouge!" Those little tweaks with your body help you going places and have variation in your deliveries. And that covers our little trip into the final deliveries of these callouts. I hope you enjoyed it. Last but not least, the update new callouts. They're actually very few. There were only 4 lines. 2 general and 2 infantry, I think. I've applied some of the knowledge I got from the Napoleonic Wars. I voiced other games where the developers asked me to do this, like, Préparez armes! And so, for these general lines, I offered the devs these variation along with the traditional delivery. So, let's just play through the whole thing.
Formez le carré.
You see? Formez le carré, this is form the square.
Formez le carré. Formez le carré. Formez le carré.
I offered 3 options to the client, and then that way they have, they have the choice.
Tenez ferme. Tenez ferme. Tenez ferme. Cuirassiers. Cuirassiers. Cavalerie, retirez-vous. Cavalerie, retirez-vous. Cavalerie, retirez-vous.
And that is linked to a new class, I think, of zombies. Cuirassiers. That's it. Alright, so we've been through a lot of things. It was very fun to go back into the material and share it with you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you thought about anything that you saw. I'm always trying to answer as much as comments as possible. So thank you all for watching. Be safe and talk to you soon. Bye.
Tenez ferme. Formez le carré.